They're considered high risk for mothers who are expecting during the COVID-19 crisis. Even a routine trip to the hospital for checkups can be unnerving, which is why some decide to stay home, even for birth.
We're pretty straight-laced people, so home birth for us was kind of a really big decision, even though we live 5 minutes from a hospital, a very good hospital.
Hundreds of Israelis choose to give birth at home, but home births still comprise less than half of total births in Israel. And it seems that due to COVID-19, they might be on the rise soon enough.
Women who haven't considered having a home birth in the past are now considering it because they're afraid to go near the hospitals. They're afraid of contracting the virus.
As some see the upward trend as a positive result of a negative situation.
I'm hoping at least one good thing comes out of this whole hectic period is that there'll be more awareness around home birth, and it will be less of a taboo topic.
But a study published last year by the Soroka Medical Center said that women who home birth are 3 times as likely to encounter complications as those who give birth in hospital.
It's 9 months that we took care of this precious thing. So if something is even a little bit getting wrong, it's easier to start it in the hospital, because in the hospital you have all the facilities around.
If something does go wrong, then I really need to rely on the ambulance coming on time and taking me to the hospital on time. And that's just kind of a scary proposition.
If you need emergent cesarean delivery, it's in the hospital, it's very fast. From decision to incision, you can do it in 10, 20 minutes. In home delivery, there's no way. From the decision to incision, it will take you sometimes hours.
And some say the risk of exposure to the virus in the hospital may outweigh the risk of the home birth.
Obviously, going to a large institution where there are lots of people from different backgrounds and different settings, I assume the risk would be greater.
Well, the concern is indeed a concern, but you can never know about your midwife who's attending the home birth, who did she meet and stuff like that. And in the hospital, we are very into keeping the sterilization according to the recommendations.
And doctors insist they are up for the challenge.
I'm always into preparing to the worst case scenario.
For those going into labor during this crisis, they hope for a happy ending and a beautiful new beginning.
I'm looking forward to meeting the baby, but I just wish the circumstances were different. Like, had I known that this was going to be the reality in my 3rd trimester, I probably wouldn't have gotten pregnant, or I would have waited to have gotten pregnant.
It's a happily ever after story, but I'm sure that every family needs to make their own personal decisions and to weigh the options.
Emily Rose, I-24 News.